Hello, my name is Senthivel. I am the author of this small book, Next 5,000 Years, Women Will Rule the World. I wrote this book in the context of creating a sustainable world. Today, most of us know that the world is moving towards an unsustainable course. There are a lot of problems: climate change, deforestation, air pollution, population explosion, and so on. We all know what the problems are. Most of us do not know what the solution is going to be. In my understanding, an unsustainable world is fundamentally a human nature problem. There are two domains of knowledge fundamentally in human mind. One is technical knowledge, which includes all our science knowledge, technology, everything. Another domain is life knowledge. My understanding is that unless we work on life knowledge and not on the skill domain, the technology domain, unless we work on life knowledge itself, we will not be able to create a sustainable world, because our civilization today runs on fossil fuel. All the technology, 96%, the statistics says that 96% of our energy is fossil fuel. That being the truth, working on the effect is not going to solve the problem. If at all, we have to solve problems at the cause level. This is a cause and effect world. If you want to change any reality, we need to work at the cause level. So what is the cause? I'll explain my understanding. If you look at the last 500 years of history, or even 1,000 years of history, or look at the last 100 years, we all have common sense knowledge that the world has been engineered and run by the male. Men have been having a say in the last 100 years or the last 1,000 years. Women being one half of the human population, for so many reasons, they were lying low historically because they were women. They had the responsibility of biologically giving birth to children, nourishing them, nurturing them, taking care of them. Such kind of a responsibility put them in the back seat when it comes to political governance. But times have changed. It's very encouraging, as well as, in fact, from another angle, it is unfortunate that women got their franchise just about 120 years ago, approximately. But it's good. In fact, it is the greatest gift that men have given to women, I would say, because today we have constitutions which define the office of the president, which is gender neutral. In the historical, in prehistory, might was right. In the jungle, might was right. Whoever was physically powerful had the ultimate say. But today, these are wonderful times, especially the last 100 years after women getting franchise. Times have really changed in favor of women. Now, whoever rules, their writ runs, their say remains the ultimate word or ultimate decision. Why should we leave all the decisions relating to human life on earth to only men? Why should 90-95% of men control the destiny of the whole population, which includes 50% women? So women must have their own say in all political governance, is my argument. To the extent that over a period of time, they capture 85% of political power positions, which means out of 200 odd countries listed in the United Nations, about 85% of the countries shall be ruled by women. Why not? If we have not had any historical precedents, it does not mean we cannot create a new reality. Today, women coming to political governance and having a say in policy making is the need of the hour. It is not an option, it is a compulsion, because the future of children are at stake, their well-being at stake. If you are going to deplete resources at this rate, what will the future generations be left with? Where is the waste management standing today? It's all being incinerated. Across industries we manufacture goods, but finally they end up in the garbage bin and the government incinerates all the waste. How long will it happen? Women have to come to power and they have to make such policies that the manufacturer gets the waste back. Unless that is done, we are going to create a huge junkyard. To process the waste, it might take hundreds of years, because we need people to do that kind of job, to segregate waste. So we have to be very preemptive. In a cause and effect world, we have to be very preemptive, which means before some catastrophe happens, we have to act in advance and prevent it. Otherwise, to reverse such huge quantity of cause and effect will become impossible. People argue that we might be able to migrate to other planets. That's fine, let it happen. It's a good thing. But we need the ability to travel at the speed of light, and we need such transportation capability that we can transport about 7.3 billion people from this planet to other planet. When is it going to happen? Let it happen. But we might find out planets, inhabitable planets. But does it mean that we should destroy the existing one? Which logic supports it? So it's clearly my understanding, it's my argument, it's my logic that women being one half of human population, and today's situation being one of challenge to the very well-being of future generations, why should that 50% women stay away from governance? What justifies this? If my argument is that 85% of the political positions, power positions should be owned by women, you might say it is imbalance. If that is imbalance, what is the status quo? The status quo itself is an imbalance. That only about a few years ago, the statistics said only about 21% of the political positions, legislative positions, were being held by women. So the number keeps fluctuating. Let us work towards a future where the governance is by women. Why not? We are going to create a new history, that's all. We are not talking sacrilege. We are not asking to replace the moon from this planet to some other planet. We are not asking the sun to rise in the west. We are asking for something which is definitely possible. It is possible. It is up to women to come together, understand today's reality of an unsustainable world, and then start working towards grabbing, catching hold of, or taking, whichever word you want to use it. Take all the political power positions up to 85%. If you want, take 100%. Why not? It's up to you. Because unless you have a say, women, unless you have a say, we are not going to create a sustainable world. We will end up creating a world where the future of children is at stake. Do we want it? Please think about it.